Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to hang out with me. I got a story to tell today. And it starts with something that is a presumption that we all deal with, but none of us want to admit to. How many times have you been told not to judge a book by its cover? But why do we keep being told that? Now, I understand it's true a lot of the time, but most of the time, you can judge a book by its cover. Experience teaches us that everyone dresses for the job they want. We hear that phrase quite often: dress for the job you want, not the one you have. And let's put the professional ramifications aside and just for the context of this discussion, talk about the social ramifications. We dress for the position in society we want, whether we know it or not. I want to give you an example. I'm just going to use a quick, rough-hewn example. Look at me. Any of you who have hung out with me know, when you meet me, I am probably going to be wearing a tank top, probably a comic book tank top, jeans, and some white shell-toed Adidas. My night was good, and then you showed up, Brother BK, and it got better. As always, he makes it a point to tell people, like, share, and subscribe, because that's important. That's how we grow as a channel. Thank you all for so much of the support you've given me. If you're already subscribed, share this on your feed, on your Instagram, on your Twitter, on your Facebook. Make sure you share, make sure you comment. If you're watching this after it's been live, share in the comment section. I'm always checking. So as I said, when you meet me, I'm wearing a tank top, jeans, and white shell-toed Adidas. Now, what is that going to tell you? You can tell I'm probably not an office worker if I'm meeting you during the day, if you know I'm somebody who does work but dresses this way. Oi, boa noite, red pill. Como vai, amigo? Tudo bom? It tells you, when you meet me, a few things. One, he likes the way he looks. Look, he's wearing a tank top. His arms are out. His traps are showing. Two, he's youthful. He's fun. He's wearing a comic book tank top instead of a very simple blue or a red or a green. He has a mustache that doesn't fit dress code anywhere, to the best of my knowledge. It's just belligerent. He's wearing white shell-toed Adidas. And for people who, I have some friends who are in the shoe game, they said, that displays that you're hip but mature, because white shell-toed Adidas are the sneakers that are accepted pretty much anywhere. They're not flashy, but they show that you put some thought into it. Good evening, Brother Charles Merriweather. I hope you're having a good time wherever you are. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you watching. But now let's contrast that with this other guy. Let's contrast that with you meeting this man. When you say hello to this man who's wearing a pressed tie, gold cufflinks, high-end glasses, a custom-fitted suit, what does that tell you about him? Oh, that tells you that this guy is probably a businessman. He's probably corporate. He's one of those men that has to make his money not just on his mind, but on the way he is perceived. You'd be correct. I know the same things, if not more now, than when I wore that uniform, but the uniform matters. The uniform gets you in. Now, why do I say that? There are a lot of people coming out of hibernation right now, and I've run into a few friends and a couple more acquaintances, just people I know on the periphery, who are coming out of hibernation from the world we've been in, trying to break out into that new dawn of whatever our new normal is. they made some long-term decisions with short-term information. Seeing people coming out with piercings they didn't have before. I am seeing people coming out with tattoos that they didn't have before. I don't mean tattoos that are kind of like when I was in Japan, there were guys that had tattoos, but you couldn't see them. If you didn't know them like that, there was no way you were going to know they had tattoos. When they put a business shirt on, there was no way you were going to know it. I'm seeing people who, and stop me because I'm ranting, I'm old enough to remember the only guys that had tattoos on their necks were people who had their entire rest of their body already sleeved out down to the knuckles. Now you get guys coming out the box at 21 years old with tattoos on their necks and no place else. And it's like, I respect your ability to make that decision. You're old enough to join the country's military. You're old enough to buy a firearm. You're old enough to operate a motor vehicle. You're old enough to buy liquor. You should be able to make this decision. But just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Again, Red Pill Neo. People don't like to hear this, but your appearance matters. People don't like to hear this, but your appearance matters. You see, even though you're going to see me in some white shell-toed Adidas jeans and a tank top, you're also going to see that my belligerent mustache is groomed. That makes a difference. So my problem is that I'm listening to some people complain. But what are they complaining about? Well, let me tell you what they're complaining about. They're complaining that they're having a hard time getting a job now. In a time where everybody is having a hard time getting a job. At a time where everybody, myself included, is always on the lookout for those new clients. Because only the best of us are going to succeed. Why are they handicapping themselves? Why are they shooting themselves in the foot by making absolutely certain that they have to explain something that might just check that box of, I'm going to decide you are someone who I don't want because of the way you're dressed. Now, it's one thing when you're young and you're in that weird place where you can do what you want. You're still in college. There are no real ramifications just yet. As long as you don't do anything permanent. Let me give you an example. Let me show you this guy right here. See that guy? Yeah, that's me. Early 20s, reckless, living in Japan, had words painted on my face, not tattooed, painted on my face, fingernails painted black. That's just how I got down. If you look at my tongue, there was a barbell in my tongue. I'm gonna let that sink in. Red Pill Neo said something that, Neo, it's not obvious to a lot of people. I wish it was. There is a reason why there is a dress code for job interviews and a uniform for certain jobs. But if you're lucky, they tell you what it is. If you're not lucky, you're not going to know that you made a mistake that's costing you money. I know guys that got mohawks when they thought it was cool, black and white. Then they find out, man, I got to go bald, shave it all off now, even though I don't want to. I've been shaving my head since I was 14. It never bothered me. But now they find out that high fashion red mohawk that you got because you like this MMA fighter with it don't quite work when you want to go get a job at this company that you might be qualified for. I know women who, instead of sticking to the fundamental colors of hair, decided to exercise their right and get hair that is unnaturally colored, which is fun. But you can't complain because, by the way, this is different between being discriminated against because you have cornrows, which is illegal and should be illegal everywhere. This is not being discriminated against because you have an afro, which should not be a reason to discriminate somebody. This is someone who says, I decided I want to have neon pink hair and still get a job that pays more than minimum wage. Now you're going to either have to fry your hair to undye it, shave it off, which I don't know too many women who want to do that, or now you got to wait till it grows out. What did BK tell us? BK from the Rockies said, like eye contact, your appearance is the first part of a conversation. It communicates certain things to you. Now, I want to be clear. I have some friends that, for example, have tattoos from here to their knuckles and back again. They tell their life story, who they are, what they're into. When you look at them, they intend for you to judge them accordingly. It's not an accident. Those people are doing just fine. I have a friend who calls his tattoos his social filter, so nobody figures out how smart he is and how many companies he owns. Wait a minute. Hold on. Red Pill Neo just said something. I'm not quite sure if can you get me a link? You said even rapper 50 Cent got all of his tattoos removed. I'm Googling that one. Hold on. 50 Cent tattoo removal. Uh-oh, wait a minute. There might be an article on this. Let me see if I can get a reputable source. Don't know that one. Huh. Oh, wow. Apparently it's true. Yeah. Yeah, apparently it's true that Curtis Jackson, rapper, 50 Cent, got his tattoos removed. Huh. I did not know that. Let me share this with you guys. What did he say here? 50 Cent said in an interview at the Breakfast Club years ago, not my 50 Cent and the Breakfast Club aren't what I watch, so 50 Cent inspired Birdman to remove his face tattoos. Yeah. Got tapped in 2010. Curtis Jackson got making his acting gigs easier. Huh. So if we go back to 50 Cent tattoo removal, yeah, you know what? I totally forgot that he used to have a bunch of tattoos. 15 tattoos, 15 celeb. Wow, we can go down this rabbit hole forever. Let's not do that. From everything I've read, that's not a fun thing. So let's see, what did Justin say? Now, Justin says something, but I'm going to give you some pushback. Appearance is tough. People age, gain weight, or whatever. Here's where I'm going to give you some pushback, Justin. We will all get old. We will all struggle with our weight, some more, some less, but as you get older, it's going to be harder to fight it. Today, I squatted my body weight 25 times. I won't be able to do that when I'm 60. I'll be able to squat. I'll be able to squat more than most 60-year-olds. I won't be able to do this when I'm 60, but I'll still have bigger guns than most. The thing is, it's going to happen to everybody. That wasn't a choice. Nature dictates atrophy is a thing, and it's going to happen. You know? That's an unfortunate reality. It's not a choice. Everybody wears a uniform. Everybody wears a uniform, and the most dangerous uniform to forget about is the one you chose yourself. What do you say? I've seen plenty of fat and sloppy people and they find work. Absolutely. Sure. Because most people can relate to being fat and sloppy. Some people are going to get mad about it, but the unfortunate reality is people can relate to obesity, especially in America. Most people are just fat. Everybody looks at them and they don't. Here's the thing. It doesn't seem abnormal at all. In the United States, if you just show up fat and sloppy, you look like most people. So there's some compassion in that. But most people don't have star tattoos on their face and teardrops on their eyes unless they're felons doing life. Again, Police officers, firefighters, everybody wears a uniform, but they're lucky because they get to pick their uniform. I mean, you're lucky because if you're a firefighter or a policeman, they tell you what uniform to wear. But there are a lot of people who are going out trying to simply lead a good life and don't realize the uniform they wear doesn't fit. It's going to be difficult for you to work in institutions where everyone else simply wears, let's just call it a plain polo shirt and slacks, but you came in to talk to them wearing jeans and Adidas. Okay, watch this. Red Pill Neil said, these rappers with face tattoos are lucky they're rappers. Would you hire a lawyer with a face tattoo? I wouldn't. But I'm going to go even farther past that. A face tattoo means, could you get a job asking, hey, would you like fries with that? Are they going to hire somebody with a face tattoo? I don't think so. The way society works is when you have that face tattoo, unfortunately, a lot of people associate that with prison still. You know? That's just an unfortunate reality. We don't have to like it, but it's a truth. So now I'm watching people coming out of these hibernation stages, getting back into society, saying, I'm going to go look for this job. And a lot of people are doing Skype interviews, they're doing Google Classroom interviews, and find out that when the person looks at you, and because you've been, in the house doing whatever you need to do to survive for the past 4 or 5 months, now all of a sudden, that crazy color hair, that might stop you from getting that job at a company or a simple place that you're qualified to. When people find out that that piercing you got on your face that sounded like a cool thing at the time, might stop you from being the best version of yourself, putting the best foot forward. Because I want to be clear, me going out wearing the kind of clothes that I was wearing as a financial professional didn't make me smarter. Let me be clear. I'm going to show you a picture, and I'm telling you, the picture is a trick. It's there to trick you into thinking I am slow speaking and conservative. Now, when they meet me, they can find out I'm liberal and I talk fast and I've got all these ideas. But my uniform gets you in the door. My uniform makes you comfortable. See, that's what a uniform does. It makes people comfortable engaging with you. G3 Ballin, thank you. Thank you. I hope you're having a good evening. Let me know where you are. And please let me know if you're sharing this somewhere. Salute, brother. Justin said maybe the person shouldn't have that job because the employer sucks. I'll even one up you. Working for someone else sucks ass. That's why I realized early in life I'm gonna start my own businesses, my own revenue streams, because all employers suck. If you work for me, you probably think I suck. And I have employees watching this video. I have employees watching this video right now who are like, wow, YusefWateef really sucks, because by definition, nobody likes the boss. The problem is you still need money. What did Ice-T say? It's like a pimp-hoe relationship. When I was still out there hoeing my ass off for other corporations, making them more money than they were paying me, I had to wear the uniform that was required on the track that I was on. But when I broke ranks and put on my own pimp hat, I can wear what I want to wear. But until you can do that, you got to play by the rules. You can't be part of the Fantastic Four without that little white 4 on your uniform somewhere. That's what their uniform dictates. Good evening, Rainy Woman. I hope you're having a great night. I kind of got off on a little rant. Hope you help me calm down a little bit. Let's see. Let's see. And greetings to everyone. Justin posted another comment here. Let's see what he said. He said, I have a master's from Columbia. If I wanted to, I could probably work at Goldman Sachs, but I don't want to work there. People can find work most appropriate to them. You do need money, but not everyone is meant for every job. You're right. The unfortunate reality is most people don't have a master's from Columbia. I have an associate's degree and a bachelor's degree. Most people don't even have that. You and I can talk shit about how unfair it is and how it sucks to have to wear a uniform, how it sucks to have to look a certain way. But not everybody is us, Justin. Most of the people watching this are at where I'm from. I've been where they are. And the game doesn't change because before Columbia, had you not gone to Columbia, you'd be wearing a uniform too. Now that uniform might be a simple polo shirt and slacks. That uniform might come with some golden arches on the shoulder. That uniform might be a little pin with your name on it, but you would be wearing a uniform. Let's not forget, not everybody is where we are. I run my own businesses. You went to Columbia. So even if you do work for somebody else right now, you could probably start your own. Grow a belligerent mustache, do what you want to do. Not everybody is there. And a lot of these people need this information. They need to understand that you got to play the game and you can't make decisions on how you look and be mad at society. The same society that you're a part of and will always be a part of until you die because the global economy is what it is. If you want what you want, you got to be prepared for it because nothing is free. You don't get to have a good job without looking the way people who service that job want you to look. I couldn't go into as a chef and wear a suit every day. I would look stupid. They would think I didn't know what I was doing. I'm dressed inappropriately. And they would be right. Thank you. But you know, we're here for the discussion. Oh, what did Claire say? A suit may be more expensive, but it's kind of a uniform too. I agree, Claire. A suit is definitely a uniform. I wore a uniform all the time. I wore an expensive uniform because I had to have a different uniform on every day. Different silk tie, different gold cufflinks. You are absolutely right. While we're talking about jobs and uniforms, I want to tell people a lot about what I've transitioned into quite a bit. Some of you know me. Some of you have been around long enough to know that everyone here is welcome to add me and say hello on LinkedIn because that's where you can see my CV, resume, whatever you want to call it. I want to show you guys what I do. Let's see, where's that tab? There we go. Everyone's welcome to add me on LinkedIn. And I tell everyone the same thing. Don't stop here, right? There's going to be this one patch that everybody wants to go to first. Let me tell you what I do now. I do a lot of expat relocation services, helping people who want to move to Brazil with all the paperwork they have to do, visas, permit applications, CPF numbers, social security cards, health cards, medical cards, benefit cards. That's my company. That's what I have a staff of Brazilians, and that's what they do for us. But I tell people this is really important that you scroll past that, past the fun part. And while you're still deciding if YusefWateef somebody I want to do business with, I want you to look at my recommendations. This is where business people under their own name, under their business enterprise, give me a lot of praise and say he is who he says he is, pay him. And it goes back quite a while. Let's see. Let's see. What did you say? Hold on. Claire, I'm going to put it up here for everybody. She said, I work from home so I can wear whatever I want to. Yeah. Yeah, that's the sweet spot right there, isn't it? You know, so if you want to get up and hit the PJs, pajamas all day, every day. Oh, wow. Emma Jen, thank you so much for bringing a new perspective. What did he say? Migration is in mind as well as time. What happens if you do become successful and decide, I want to leave where I am? Good luck during that visa interview if you look like someone who's what they would label as an undesirable in another country. Good luck with that. Let's see. You're just here to destroy. You're just here to destroy the chat today, huh, Claire? Am I wearing pants? Maybe. I'm just going to go ahead and assume the answer is yes. For the purpose of this conversation, we are going to assume you are wearing pants. Brother Hafez Harris, good evening. Thanks for showing up. You're always welcome if you ever want to come and chat with us. I'd love to have you up here. You've got some very interesting takes on things. You've got your own YouTube channel. I'm going to go check that out and get a little bit more from there. I hope you're having a great evening. What did he say? Whoa. You said in Denmark, I believe tattoos are illegal. I don't know. We'll find out. You can. That's interesting. You know, I just got a compliment that I want to share. Reigning Woman said something, and she always makes me feel good about myself when she talks about me. She said, Yusef provides hardcore life-building information on his Patreon. He has the keys to success. Thank you. What I've been doing lately on my Patreon and getting people information they need on a lot of things that I have done, places that I have been, I feel like I'm able to finally really give back to people. And I've been doing that on my Patreon. I'm not going to go through this self-masturbatory activity of reading all the different levels to you, all 3 levels, and telling you what I do. Here is a place where I've grown a community of people who I've been giving a lot of information to on a lot of different things that I've given them access to. The last one we did was benefits of being an independent, small-scale entrepreneur and businessman, where I went into detail about how you might not always want to scale up. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that link here, and let's see. Claire, look what you started. Now Hafez, I'm not wearing pants. Oh, you on YouTube doing this? Nice. Yes, this is you can stream on both. I'll give you a call and I'll tell you how to do it if you don't know how, but you can stream it on both. What I want to say to everybody on the Facebook side, make sure you go to the YouTube side and register there, because not everything comes through Facebook, you know? And what do we say here about some of those permanent body modifications, or even semi-permanent, which is an oxymoron? What he said is, especially face tattoos, piercings you can take out. Yes, for the visa interview, you don't need a suit, but just look normal. Yeah, that's the thing. When I've lived in over 15 countries. I've been through those immigration interviews. They say, hey, who are you? I'm double checking your passport information. Have you ever been to jail? You know, you're coming here for a long time. And I'm just like, no, hey, my name is what? Blah, 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 blah. And I understand how to play the game. Again, when I came to Japan, where I was in this picture, I was not wearing a tank top, chains around my neck, a fun hat, and I also didn't have a piercing in my tongue. I took it out. It was in my back pocket. So when I went through immigration, they talked to me. I was just a regular, simple guy moving to Japan. No reason at all. Now, had I gotten anything permanently tattooed on me, or I had anything weird going on with my hair, and by the way, yes, we're being judgmental here. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And this is where we are. Oh, by the way, here's my Patreon. And I'd really appreciate seeing everybody there too. Go check it out. So here's where we are. If we don't understand that we live in a judgmental world, if we don't admit that we judge other people, if we don't admit those things matter. Where are we? I mean, take advantage of the game. Be that person who dresses exactly the way they intend to. If you intend on being the guy that looks like he walks around all day lifting weights and working at home, be that guy. But don't do it accidentally. If you want to look like a guy who works in a corporate office and handles financial firms, look like that guy. But don't do it by accident, because those two things don't exist in the same environment. Understand that when we make a decision of the kind of mustache I'm going to have, or if you're going to have a tattoo, or if you're going to have a piercing, understand and assume the worst possible case scenario. Say, hey, what's the worst that could happen if someone sees me that I don't know, that I either want to develop a professional relationship with or something like that? What are they going to say about me? What are they going to think? I don't care what they think after they met me. 75 to 80% of the people who met me don't like me, but 100% of people who meet me want to learn more about who I am. Did you catch that? 100% of people who meet me find it comfortable to get to know who I am, even though 80% of them turning out not to like me. But I got them in the door because I look approachable. That's the word, be approachable. I should have retitled this Be Approachable. Man. Thank you. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you all for taking time out of your day to hang out with me. Make sure you like, you share, you subscribe. Share this on your Facebook feed, please. Share this on your Instagram and Twitter feeds. I appreciate all of you. Oh, I'm getting the big ego boost today. Look at that. All right, well, listen, this is the last comment I'm going to read. This is one from Hafez, because I don't really want to go into explaining a whole lot of stuff on YouTube, because Hafez is one of those people that get you thrown off all kinds of platforms if you're not careful. We can't all be approachable, evil grin. He and I both have our unapproachable side, so I'm going to leave it at that.